Okay, well, are you from Mississippi?
No, I'm from
So you got out of,
Texas.
oh, Texas, okay. Well,
Hmm.
good. Welcome to Mississippi.
Thank you.
And what's your major?
Journalism?
Journalism, okay. So did you come from a religious background?
I did.
What kind?
Christian?
Did you come from a Christian background all
Hmm.
your life? Or
Hmm.
so are you professing to be saved?
Yes.
You are a Christian? So,
Yes.
okay, how long have you been a Christian?
Since I was like 6.
Okay, so you remember when you was lost? You ever remember when you was lost?
Not too much. I remember the night I got saved, but I don't really remember like what I was doing before that.
Okay, so since you're professing to be a Christian, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. What's your thoughts on abortion? Is abortion a sin?
Yes,
It is a sin.
because I believe the life begins at conception.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of people professing to be Christians that don't seem to believe that, though.
Mhm.
Have you ever talked to any of them people?
Mhm.
And so abortion, Roe versus Wade got turned over a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
You're familiar with that?
Yes.
And uh, we don't have an abortion clinic in Mississippi no more.
Mm.
But what's kind of interesting I've been talking to people about today is that if a mother kills her child outside the womb, say she's got 3 children, she kills all 3 of them, one 5-year-old, one 10-year-old, one 15-year-old. She's getting a lot of trouble killing 3 children.
Mhm.
But if she kills her child in the womb through abortion, nothing's done.
Mhm.
So do you think that's the way it ought to be? Is that equal justice?
No.
So you say it's not equal justice. Okay, I agree with you. So what do you think? And another thing is in Mississippi now we don't have an abortion clinic, but we're having more abortions now, even though we don't have an abortion clinic. We've killed more people in 24, it said, since it stopped. Since the abortion clinic shut down in Mississippi, we're killing more children than we were when the abortion clinic was here.
Mhm.
You know how that's happening?
Pills?
Pills, that's right. They're shipping them in. So, we'd like to see that stopped because I'd like to see a state where it says no abortion, you know, but I don't believe it will ever stop without it being a punishment. You see what I'm saying? If there's no reason for people to stop, they ain't gonna stop. And then they still may not stop. I'm not thinking that it would change the heart. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
A law ain't gonna change the heart. God's law proved that. So what would be your thoughts on it? You think that a woman that has an abortion should get some kind of a punishment?
No.
I ain't talking about all the ones in the past. I'm talking about if we pass a law saying it's illegal. God's already said what it is. It's a sin.
Mhm.
Should there be any kind of a punishment for somebody that would kill their child?
No.
Why not?
Well, I mean, not. I don't think it should be legal, but I don't think there should be a punishment because.
Well, should we punish the woman that kills her child, three children, or one child out of the womb? Should that person be punished?
Well, infanticide, yes.
No, I'm just saying about a 5-year-old, a 10-year-old, or whatever age they are already out, and then their mother goes just murders her children. Should she be punished?
Yes, but I don't think it's the same thing because a lot of the women choosing abortions, they weren't intentionally, or that wasn't their thought process behind their abortion. And so I think that's kind of I don't know, retaliatory mindset to try to punish them. I think that abortion shouldn't be legal, but I don't think you should punish everyone who does either seek to get one or does get one.
So then it will probably never stop. There's no kind of punishment because God gives a lot of punishments for things we do. Stealing, you get a punishment. If you steal from somebody, there's lots of punishments in the Bible. So I don't know how it will ever end if there's nothing ever done. You know what I'm saying?
But there's like other measures you can take. I don't think like the
Like what would that be?
punishment measure.
What would
Like better maybe well one I think it's all just a ripple effect from like the breakdown of the nuclear family. So
I would agree with
I
you
think
there.
better not having like sex education in public schools and stuff and like keeping that within the family, keeping the family unit together because a lot of the people or women seeking abortions, it's because they don't have that family unit. They don't have the like steady husband and stuff, and so that's why they're seeking it. So I think that it's more of a you have to you have to seek the root problem, which is the breakdown of the nuclear family, before you start just punishing everyone who's a product of that broken system.
Okay. So what's your next question? What's your thoughts on homosexual marriage?
I believe that marriage is between a man and a woman, but I don't think it's I think it should be up to each state to, because you also have to keep with states' rights, and you can't just like, because the federal government is not supposed to be religious. They're supposed to like keep that separation. So I think that it's up to each state to uh, do that.
You know, God is going to give us an example. He said in the book of Jude that he gave Sodom and Gomorrah for example. I don't think there's any nation that's, I think Rome might be a good example. No nation that's turned to homosexuality that has went very long.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot
But
of
also Rome and Greece and those were.
what I'm saying. I mean, it's going to bring God's judgment. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
These sins that we're committing. The Bible actually says in the Old Testament that if you shed innocent blood, the Bible talks about shedding innocent blood. God hates. He says God hates hand in Proverbs 6. It says God hateth the hand that shed innocent blood. So if anybody's ever been innocent, it would be a baby, right?
Yeah.
He actually says that the land will vomit you out because of the innocent blood that's been shed.
Mhm.
Do you know that?
Yes.
So the God's not going to tolerate. Look, you remember when Cain killed Abel?
Mhm.
God told Cain, he said that thy brother's blood cries to me from the ground.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So that innocent blood is crying out to God. You know what it's crying out?
Mhm.
Justice. Justice. And none of us really want justice, do we?
No.
Everybody wants mercy.
Well, all of us deserve it, but no one wants it.
Yeah, I agree. But here's the danger I believe in, and I'm not saying what the punishment ought to be. I don't think it'll ever end. If we won't ever get it stopped without some kind of a punishment. But, and I'm not talking about retro. I'm not talking about people that did it. Millions of them been aborted. I'm talking about, you know, if you pass a law and you put signs up and let everybody know it's a consequence. And the reason I think we're doing people a disservice is that if they don't learn that there's a consequence for sin, it's like a child that never gets a rod put on him.
Mhm.
He don't obey his parents. And when you go, a lot of kids don't obey their parents. They send them to public school. They don't obey the teachers. They won't obey the law when the law tells them they won't obey that. And then they go all the way to their death thinking they never had to obey. And then they don't obey God either, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And they're going to have to stand before God and be judged for their sins that they never truly repented of and turned from them, you
Mhm.
know?
Yep.
So, to sum up our conversation, what do you think it takes for a person to really be saved? How does the person know they're saved? I mean,
Well,
how do you know you're really saved?
it's grace, the not by works, so that no one may boast. So it's through realizing that Jesus did all the work for you, and um, not trying to get to heaven on your own merit, but by Jesus's merit on the cross.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but how do we know we've done that, though? You know, what I'm saying is, I think if somebody's truly saved, the Bible says, if any man be in Christ, he's a new creature.
Mm-hmm.
The old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. 2 Corinthians 5:17. So if a person says they're saved and they're just still living for the devil every day, would you think they were saved? If they have never become a new creature?
No, because it's not by works, but also works are a byproduct of that.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
Like James says, faith without works is dead.
That's right. And Jesus said, you know, a tree by its fruit.
Mm-hmm.
He said a good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot produce good fruit.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate you talking with me.
Yes, thank you.